Welcome to Two Passing Time. This is Maddie with.
I'm Rose.
Welcome to our podcast while we figure out ourselves while figuring out the world around us. I am 19. Wow, okay. I'm 21. I am a senior and hopefully I graduate next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it goes as well. And God bless me because, girl, I don't know.
School not it.
Yeah. It's really making me think those girls who got married at 18 were lucky. LOL. Anyway, I am a full-time student and a full-time worker. I love to read. I love to sleep. I love to eat and cook and bake. And I like everything. And I think that's it for now.
And like I said before, I'm Rose. I am 20 years old. I am also a student. I'm a full-time student and I work at a hospital. I like to sleep. I like to eat too. I wouldn't say I don't like reading. I like reading when there's something interesting for me to read about. And yeah, I'm here to see just how things go. Like, it's always good to try something new. So we'll see how this goes.
We're just passing time.
Yes, we are.
Anyway, let's give you a little intro about this podcast and what to expect from us and what there is to learn from us. Exactly, what this is. And before we get to the main purpose of this podcast, let's run over the background into how you got involved. Do you have a story or what prompted you to join? Exactly, what's your reasoning behind it?
Why did I get involved?
Yes.
I just think it'd be a nice thing to do and a nice way for me to share my opinion, because that is allowed. We are able to have our own opinions where, without feeling bad about having our opinions, without anybody telling us, oh, you shouldn't. Yeah, no.
Absolutely.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So if you're going to listen to our podcast, please don't shame us for our opinions, because we have a lot of opinions. And we will let you know about our opinions and what is going on in our minds.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, then do. Let me stop. I'm actually nice in person, guys. But no, honestly, I just think it's good for everybody to share their opinions about certain things. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun, guys. Y'all going to love this.
Period. And that's on period, right? Isn't that how y'all say it?
She sounds old.
Okay, so I got into this. I want to improve my communication, and I want to improve speaking and reading out loud and not feeling stupid, Anyways, this podcast mostly is going to be about Reddit. It's going to be our opinions, our advices, whether it's relationship advices, whether it's, self-esteem. If I'm forgetting something, add it and chime in. Whether it's whatever, it's let's give our takes on things, I mean, Reddit is going to be a huge part of this podcast, but it's not only that. We also going to be taking in Q&As from you guys. We're going to be taking questions and concern, like how we feel about certain issues that's going around. We are just passing time, and we will pass time however we like, and and of course we don't want you to listen in just because you listen in. We want you to take something from us, to learn something from us. And I think with our background, it makes our takes different and unique, right? And considering that we are African, right?
Yeah, we forgot to mention that. Yeah, we are African. We're from we were born in Tanzania, but our parents are Burundians. So we're 100% Africans with an American citizenship.
Right. And so, with that being said, we are unfiltered, unscripted.
Mm.
Whatever you hear from us is raw. The other haven't heard nothing from us. It's just like strictly new.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are hearing it, we're hearing it for the first time too, coming from each other's mouth.
Yeah.
And so, with that being said, we're like I said, we're African. Like she said, we're African. So we do see the word differently because we're raised different.
Yeah.
I mean, we came to the United States when we're young. We're not born here, so we kind of stuck between two nationalities where we're African but haven't lived in Africa long enough as much as we've been here.
And like the way we were raised is so different because it's like we came here while we were young, and then we saw how things were here in America, but our parents were trying to raise us as if we were still back home in Africa. So we have a lot of things.
Interesting take.
Yeah, interesting takes on things, and like I think it'll be interesting. And I'm pretty sure, like, if you are African, a lot of the times you might be able to relate because our parents are usually the same. They they believe in most of the same things. They do most of the same things. So this should be fun, guys.
So you guys, I think we touch base on a lot of things, and we are just figuring it out as we go. You know, we're not a pro, and I hope you don't expect us to be a pro on our first, takes. Give us a year or two, until we get a hang of like what works and don't works and what is better. With that being said, you guys don't forget to check out on Instagram to Passing Time, where we will monitor our DMs, and we will only monitor that and will only answer you guys through that. Also, we are on YouTube, which can be To Passing Time, and we are very active on those social media accounts. And so if you're trying to reach Rose, you can reach her at To Passing Time.
Yes.
I don't know if she wants to give her personal account.
Yeah, please don't look. I mean, maybe in the future when I get comfortable with it, but like now, yeah, not yet.
Right. I mean, I feel her on that. Actually, before when we decided to make this podcast go live, I actually made my personal Instagram account private. Only family members and people who previously followed me can see all my contact. But to be able to reach me, you can reach me at To Passing Time, where we'll be posting a lot about the podcast, a lot about what's going on in our life as well, the things that we're okay with sharing. So, and those people who do know us in real life, we don't want you really putting our personal business out there,
Because like nowadays things are crazy. And if our information does go out there, you're hurting us and our families. So please respect us by keeping our information private.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why you only know us by Maddie&Rose.
Yeah. I mean, people know us by those names, but like we're really not comfortable with sharing our full names.
Not yet, anyways.
Yeah, we wouldn't want y'all searching us up.
Anyway, so I'm gonna ask you before we better do a little intake on. Let's dive into Reddit, and I'm gonna ask. I mean, Reddit. I know a lot about Reddit. I used to listen to stories as I go into sleep. People reading. But I never really dived in, like, let me dive into the subreddit or the app to really get to know it. And I just recently did. And I was like, oh, my gosh, this is actually very entertaining. This is actually very unique. And, I introduced Rosine to Reddit, but she's still a Reddit version. She hasn't really dived into Reddit to kind of, find out those interesting stories.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's dive in with our first couple stories for this little podcast that we're creating. And as the time goes on, we will have a longer podcast, a longer advices, a longer opinion. But this is our first one, so you got to be patient with us. And we're diving in, and this is the intro, so there's no special title for this. Just hello. Okay, so The first one I think we are going to read are okay. The first one that we're going to read is going to be about a little sad little story. It's about a heartbreak, and all of these stories are. I haven't read none of these stories. She haven't read these stories, so you're getting a raw reaction from both of us.
Yeah.
And also a disclaimer: if these stories is about you, or this is you wrote this and you listen to us give our opinion on this, we're not judging you as a character. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I'm glad she said that because, like, sometimes our reactions might be a
Over
little
the top.
Yeah. So if we do end up hurting anybody's feelings or somebody end up feeling some type of way about it, we apologize. And if you do have something to say about the a specific story or whatever, feel free to contact us on Instagram, anywhere, and we'll respond back. We're not.
Absolutely. And also, we
Yeah.
are going to open a Reddit sub channel on Reddit for Two Passing Time, where you can share stories that you think will be interesting to have our take on it, or stories that you think, hey, we missed, and or that you want to share with us. We are happy to talk about those things with you guys. So this is a little heartbreak. The title is, I don't know if I'll survive this. I fell in love with Sam 5 years ago, and we went out for a bit, but things didn't work out. But I never fell out of love with him. We continue to be friends and still are, and he still makes me the happiest I could ever be.
Aww.
He's dating someone now, and I don't feel okay about it. I'm happy he is happy, but it's causing too much pain. I feel physically sick. I want to throw up everything I eat. I don't want to move out of bed. I want to be still and pretend now this is real. I don't want to let go. Loving him has kept me sane and it's everything alive. The hope that it would work out in the future. But I can't be physically sick because of this. I can't lose control of my being because of this. I don't know what to do. I can't cut him off. I can't push him away. I won't be able to deal with this. Why? Why is the headache so brutal? What did I do to deserve this?
Interesting. If a guy is making you feel this way, move on.
Period.
Honestly, because people gotta understand that if it's meant to be, it will be.
Faith.
Like, you can, if you feel that way, yes, but baby, get over him. Get over him. Try to get over him. Move on with your life. And then if it is meant to be, then later in life, he's going to come back to you. Or y'all going to come back to each other. There's no point of letting a guy. That's how guys have power over girls. Or sometimes girls have power over guys and you end up doing things that you don't want to do because you over here feeling this type of way about somebody. And I can say this because I've been in a relationship where I felt like this dude was the only relationship that I'll claim. And it's also my past relationship too. And it's like, sometimes it's just good to just move on, let it go, Y'all can stay friends once y'all are, how should I say, when y'all ready. Because if you're not ready to be friends, you know what's going to happen? Y'all going to end up going back, trying to fix everything. And, sometimes it's just good to try to move on and find somebody else. But don't go to somebody else if you're not ready. Please, don't say Rose told you to go to somebody else. Nope. Go to somebody else when you're ready.
Don't do rebounds. I think that's what you're trying to say. Don't use another guy to go over another guy.
Yeah.
Don't use another girl to get over the girl. Heartbreak syndrome is real. People actually die from heartbreaks.
Yes.
So
it'll kill you.
Be careful with playing dudes or girls out there.
And be careful who you fall in love with, too. Because guys will play with your... well, not just guys. Some girls will do it, too. They will play with your feelings. They will get you to do everything. Basically, they're using you. and don't just fall in love. Some people say you can't help who you fall in love with. I feel like you feel like, or I feel like he's a bad person,
or being distant.
Yeah, just leave dude alone. Unless he owes you something like money. If he owes you money,
don't leave
just yet. Like, get your money and then leave.
You ain't leave without heartbreak and broke.
Yeah, we can't be broke and heartbroken, baby. You better get your money.
We choose a struggle.
Yeah. So I think that person. I'm sorry for what you're going through if you're out there and you hear me, but it's time to let him go. He has a whole girlfriend now. Like, he's moved on. What's keeping you from moving on? Like,
I understand if he was single.
Yeah, if he was single, then yeah. But he has a whole girlfriend. Like, baby, move on.
But it's okay. If you ever truly love somebody, it takes a while to get over somebody that you truly love, you know? I never been in love, so I really don't know. Let me stop.
Yeah, please stop.
I don't claim none. I never been in a relationship.
Okay, let's just say she's been in love. She just wasn't in a relationship with that person.
What? I don't claim.
Wasn't in a
I don't claim nobody.
Yeah, you weren't in a relationship with them. You've been in love, but you just weren't in a relationship with them.
I wasn't not in love. It was. I don't.
You don't know how to explain it.
No, it's just I wouldn't characterize. Jesus, I can't even speak.
Characterize.
Yes, I couldn't crystallize that as love. You know, I would say I would just like him from a distance. Okay. But you see, she was not heartbreak. Heartbreak means you have to had loved somebody or had been together with somebody. Yeah.
And like, I applaud you. Like, honestly, to the point where you feel like you gotta throw up your food, baby girl. I don't know, baby. I ain't never loved somebody that much, bro. To give up food, that's crazy. But could never be me though.
That's gonna be one of our title. Could never be me.
Right, because giving up food
could never be me.
Oh.
Okay, so let's read the top couple comments if we can move on to the next story. I had to end my friendship to survive. It was awful. I'm still grieving. It was a little over a year ago, and it didn't fix anything. I still love him and miss just as much. I honestly don't know if I would recommend it or not, but I know I wouldn't keep seeing him all the time. It was eating me alive.
A friendship?
Yes.
A friendship?
Some friendship does take chosen people. And the other person was like, I don't know which would be worse, knowing everything and making my peace with it, or not knowing anything about him at all. We share almost everything in life with each other. Don't know if Sid be okay with not knowing. That was the person replying to that person. And then another person replied under that person, right? I was in a similar situation. I loved him from a distance, and the friendship grew over 6 years. There are the end. He knew things about me that my best friends and parents didn't even know, and he ran. I pushed him away, and he ran. It was tormenting, but over time, not knowing and no contact got easier. Granted, he came back, and it was leather, rinse and repeat. But not having contact with him those 3 months after the breakup let me truly get adjusted to life without him again. We're friends still. I use the term loosely because it's so superficial that we Solomon talk, and it work related when we do. I hate that it been reduced to, but being more involved in his life will blur the line. Give yourself a couple months of no contact and see how you feel after 3 months.
Okay.
So you mentioned that you ever loved a guy. Are you still in contact with him? Have you truly got over him? Would you say you have no feelings for him?
We talk.
So you have passed that stage of no eating, quote unquote?
First of all, he has never made me stop eating. He got me eating, so I'm gonna continue eating. We talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this, she replies a lot. Um, most to this person who say you have to end the friendship for now. You can always come back to it. So in your head, you can say it, not forever, but you need to heal. Otherwise, you'll never move on. Let's go for now, or you will be stuck here forever, penny after someone who will end up with someone else.
And then imagine like you over here stuck on this guy who probably was, could do nothing for you, and you miss the chance being with a guy who will do everything for you.
Exactly, because you were stuck in the past.
You gotta leave, baby girl. You gotta bounce.
And then she said, I can't end the friendship. We work together. We are in the same team. We see each other almost every single day.
You can end it. Y'all can be what is it? Acquaintances, yes. You don't have to be friends with him. You could just talk to him about work related things, and that's it. There's no point of continuing talking to dude who got you stuck in the same place for years.
Right. And then the next story is, am I the a-hole for asking for a morning off from my baby on the weekends? My wife and I have a 6-month-old baby girl. She's mostly a stay-at-home mother. She works 2 days a week, and her sister watch the baby. I work full-time and go to school 1 day a week. We always had an arrangement where she take care of the household duties, cooking, cleaning, and now baby care, while I happily support her monetarily. Honestly, we both been living our dream life, and my wife does an absolute spectacular job taking care of me and our little one. On the weekend, we share baby duties. We usually make sure each of us gets our own alone time to do whatever we want. However, our girl has hit a bit of sleep recession, waking up every 2 hours since my wife baby feeds. She always taking care of the baby full time overnight. She's a light sleeper, unfortunately has insomnia, where I am a deep sleeper, wouldn't wake up for baby cries anyways. Recently, my wife has been asking me to wake up with the baby both days on the weekdays so she can get an extra hour of sleep. Baby wakes up around 7 a.m. I get the baby dressed and take over for that hour. But sometimes I want to be the one that gets to sleep in an extra hour. I brought this up to her, and she says, well, she's happy to let me nap during the day. She really gets that hour because she couldn't nap like I can. We get into an argument about it. She said I'm very insensitive when I know she's very exhausted and can't nap during the day. And she struggles going back to sleep every time the baby wakes up. But I'm exhausted too. Work wears me out, and the school days are long, and I sometimes want the hour in the morning. I don't want to spend my off time snapping. I want to play video games and chill out. I got mixed opinions on this. Who is in the wrong here, or if there's anyone in the wrong? Am I the a-hole for asking us to share mornings off for sleep?
You want to take this one?
One and foremost, like, if it was for a different reason and not for video game, I would be on board with him. I feel like if you're exhausted from going to school and working, I understand. It's understandable. Kids are hard to take care of. Once you have kids, the kids become your life. And if you haven't matured enough for a kid, don't have the kid. If you're not ready to leave your video game for a kid, your sleep for a kid, again, do not have the kid. Bro. Being a parent is not a job. It's 9 to 5. No, being a kid is for a lifetime commitment. It's not like you can divorce your kid when they screw up. No, honestly, till death do you apart. Either the child die or you die. Like, it's not something. And again, be sensitive to your wife. And also, if the baby wakes up at 7, try putting the baby late. Try making the baby stay up so you can go sleep later so you can stay up. Like, let's be honest here. Like, 8 o'clock bedtime. No, try putting them up midnight. Let me stop.
Yeah, because that's crazy. Your wife needs a break too. Right. Like, you gotta understand where she's coming from. She's up with the baby every night.
and takes care of the baby when you are at
Yeah.
school and work. Not even Saturday and Sunday. She's taking care Monday through Sunday. And that one day she's asking you to, hey, watch the kid for an hour. She should sleep for an hour. That is not a hard task, you know? Imagine you being in Africa and she's asking you to do this task.
And you, first of all, an African mother wouldn't ask you to. They just take the struggles up with themselves. But I'm saying, and you want to spend that hour on video games, baby boy. You lucky you even get an hour. I would have been like, no, I don't ever. This is the first time I'm asking for a break, and you can't even give that to me. You want a break? You want a break for somebody who don't even take care of the kid 3 days a week? Please.
It takes two to make
a baby. So you got to stick to your part, big boy. Must be on crack. Me personally, yeah, no, could never be me.
Okay, as for the top comment, it says, but da 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 da, but da 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 da, video game exclamation mark. And the person replied, I was so close to giving a not a ho because new babies and sleep is hard. But then we get to video game and nope. You're the a-hole OP. You can't have both nights and morning, and your video game time might have to suffer for a little while.
Man.
My vote for you, the a-hole, was confirmed when he said he didn't want to spend his free time napping. If you OP did not want to make sacrifices, personally, physically, financially, emotionally, and mentally, then you should not have had a child. Mm-hmm. And I hope you get a grip on this and sort out your priorities so that this baby has a healthy 18 years living with you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very important. Like I expressed, baby's a lifetime commitment. You're with the baby for the first 18 years of their life. Mm-hmm. And guys, we just want to give you a tip on what to expect when you spend your time with us. And we want to keep this channel, if we possibly can, rated not R. We're going to try to keep this rated G so everybody from all walk of life can actually listen to this
and feel comfortable.
Yes. No for the profanity. Mm-hmm. And if I think the most we're gonna get here is what PG-13. Mm-hmm. But we'll talk about all subject, and I will censor a lot of these. If I'm reading the F word, obviously I'm not gonna say it because I personally don't cut in my daily life. So of course I'm gonna censor some of these in a ways that if a little kid is listening to this, it's ear appropriate for them. Mm-hmm. And again, this is Maddie. Clocking out.
And I am Rose, and we'll see you next time. Well, not really see you, but...
Oh, we forgot. When should they be expecting a next next podcast? I think once a week is good.
Yeah, probably once a week.
Until we get a hang of things, give you guys a routine. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking maybe this podcast might come out the same week as another audio, to kind of give you guys something to look forward to. But again, we're not sure. Mm-hmm. And we are learning as we go. And we'll improve as we go. Again, this is Maddie.
And another thing I wanted to add, I'm sorry, we are also full-time students, so y'all got to be patient with us. Sometimes we won't be able to post once a week. Sometimes you might not hear from us for like 2-3 weeks. So just keep in mind we are students.
Or you might hear from one of us and not the other. Yeah. So, but we'll try to keep at least 2 people at our time doing a podcast so you can get 2 point of view, not just one.
Yeah. So, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch up with y'all next time.
Yes. Bye-bye.